Guys, Tammy here. Today we are going to do a pizza, a keto pizza, low carb. My goddaughter had asked me to make a low carb pizza dough. She wanted one made with cauliflower, but I didn't have any cauliflower today, so I'm just going to make one that's similar to the garlic bread that I make. So it's pretty simple, just like the garlic bread. I'm starting off with some mozzarella cheese and a little cream cheese. Let me get my... So what I have in here is 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese and 1 ounce of cream cheese. And I'm just going to stick this in the microwave for a few seconds, probably 30 seconds, give it a stir, put it back in. We just want to get this melted. So I'm just going to pop that in there. I don't know if you guys can you see this? So earlier I went ahead and made one in advance so that you guys wouldn't have to wait so long for us to taste it. I guess I could have just tasted the crust, but I thought it'd taste better with pizza stuff on it. So the recipe, because this pan is so huge, the recipe that I'm doing right now is half, and I'm gonna do that on here. So this one's double, and the one I'm making now is just regular. It's gonna go on this one. So, oh, left that on too long. Let's give that a quick stir. Almost ready. Wait just a little bit longer. One thing I really like about pizza is that you can make it any way you want, whatever your favorite is. One of my favorites is pepperoni, so that's what we're doing today. My husband likes a lot more ingredients on there, like bacon and peppers and onions.
Tammy can't see your chat because she forgot to charge her phone.
No, I didn't forget to turn it. I forgot to turn it on. I forgot to turn it on. Hey Tina, how are you? Hey Tina, how are you? Oh, I forgot about that. One day I'll get it right. So this is all melted up. Got that all melted, and I'm going to put that over here on the counter and add the almond flour. I'm going to move this over here so I can see this. Hi Isabella. Hopefully my phone don't die. So, like I said earlier, I have 1.25 cup of almond flour. And I'm just going to stir that up in there. My egg is escaping. And if it gets to where you can't stir this in, then you can put it back in the microwave. But it's going here pretty good. It takes a little bit to get this all mixed in. So I just got back from a trip. I went, and Giorgio's asking for Paris. My daughter Paris and I went on a trip to Atlanta to visit family there, and my goddaughter's son Giorgio just fell in love with Paris, and he keeps he would just say, Paris, Paris. He just kept calling her all the time to play with them. And Sabrina just said that he's still asking for her. So that's pretty nice. All right, so we got that kind of mixed in. Then I'm gonna just put this egg in. Oh, if I can crack it. Oh, look at that, I got shells in there, that's awesome. Let me grab a spoon, or a fork, I guess. Get that picked up. All right, now I'm just gonna mix that in. This is the hardest part, is trying to get the egg and everything all mixed in together. After I get it sort of mixed, I go ahead and use my hands just because it's easier. And it's looking like that's where I'm going to end up going here in just a second, because this is not mixing real well. So set that aside. I'm just going to use my hand here. Yeah, so this is a lot less dough than the one that I done earlier. So you're just going to mix it up till you kind of have a sticky dough. And then I'm going to take some parchment paper. I'm just going to put that dough right down here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put another parchment on top so that it doesn't get too stuck here. So kind of messy. Now you can use a rolling pin and roll this out. I just kind of pat it out to the size I want. So we went on this trip, like I was telling you, to visit our family in Atlanta. We had a great time. She had a cholo party. So everybody had to dress up. Everybody's costumes looked really neat. My godson Anthony and his girlfriend Lucy, they were dressed the same, along with their son Damien. And they look so cute. And Giorgio, he was all dressed up. That's Sabrina's son. Anyway, we had a really fun time and everybody looked really good.
Could you take that dough and use it to make a pizza pocket?
No. Let me just wash my hands. I did try to do that one time and it kind of just cracked. Seemed like I made one that didn't crack. I think it still had the cheese and everything in it, but it was a little different. Oh wow, I wish I could hear him. Sabrina said Giorgio said my name. Oh, I guess I could do this part. Okay, so, huh? Hi, Giorgio. Hi, Georgie. I miss you. Okay, so I flattened this out. Not a real good circle. I'm sure you guys would do better. And like I said, you can use a rolling pin. You know, shape it up however you like. I have my pizza pan here, and I just put a little oil on it. I'm just gonna drop that on there.
Now,
peel this off.
I didn't see if you did that or not, but would it be beneficial to maybe put a little flour or something on the wax paper just to make it easier to get off? Or I know you can't have like cornmeal, but like normally, you put cornmeal in the bottom of your pizza stone. Is there like a good keto alternative you would recommend?
You could try some almond flour, but usually when you use parchment paper, it usually doesn't stick too bad. Because it's made not to stick. Yeah, I'm kind of lopsided here, but... Alright, let me wash my hands. So then, what you're going to do is put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about... Don't get out of my face. For about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven. What are you doing?
I'm doing camera work, special effects.
Okay, so I'm just going to drop the... Actually, do I want to do that? I'm going to just leave that there for now.
Why should you put it in the oven?
Because I want to put this one in the oven.
Oh, well, that was cooked.
Just the crust. I'm going to make the actual pizza.
So you have to put toppings on it?
Yes.
Oh. I thought you were just making a round dough.
Hi guys. Okay. So, like I said, with pizza you can put any kind of topping on it you want. I'm using red sauce. You can put it as thick or thin as you like. Some people don't care for red sauce. You can use a garlic sauce.
Is that a specific brand of red sauce that's keto friendly?
This one is Rayo spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce is what I'm using. This one is the tomato and basil because that's the one I usually have on hand because my daughter likes to make soup with it.
What kind of soup?
Tomato basil.
Oh.
So I'm just going to put that around there like that. And then I think I'm going to brush a little olive oil on the edge here.
So when I worked at Little Caesars, I used to put garlic butter around the edge. Because of the type of crust that is, would garlic butter not work?
Oh, it would. Garlic butter would be delicious.
Why didn't you choose a delicious flavor?
I
Are you
don't
not a
know.
fan of delicious flavor?
I am a fan of delicious
I don't see
flavor.
a single pineapple.
I'm going to grab a little bit of Italian seasoning. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this on there. And all of the toppings are to your taste. It's optional, whatever you like, you put. I'm going to add a little crushed red pepper because we love that in our house. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. And now I'm going to add the cheese.
So if you were guessing, slice that up into 6 slices. What do you think carb-wise per slice that is?
Oh my gosh, there's so much cheese in here. I don't know. I guess I should have figured that out before I made the pizza.
So would this be more keto-ish, low carb, or is it pretty strictly keto?
Both.
Well, there's 3 options.
It's low carb because you're not using regular flour.
So the keto police aren't going to come to your house, kick in the door, and take you to jail.
No, I think most keto people would probably be okay with this. They might think I went a little crazy with the cheese, but that's what I like. But I did find, even though I love cheese so much, when we used to make our own pizzas a long time ago, I always covered it. I mean, it was like loaded with cheese. And it actually tastes better when it doesn't have as much cheese, so it has, you know, the space to melt and spread out. So now I'm just going to put some pepperonis down. You could also put some Parmesan cheese, maybe some onions, some bell pepper. If you like a Hawaiian pizza, maybe you want to do some Canadian bacon and pineapple. Well, pineapple is not keto. I guess you can't do that one. For your non-keto people.
Just in case you want to put some Parmesan cheese around the crust.
Let's see, what else? I mean, like I said, anything.
I mean, it's a pretty basic pizza. It's the basic bitch of pizzas. What I would have liked to have seen, I'm not a chef, so my opinion doesn't count, but I would have thrown some bacon on there. I would have added some color, some onions, maybe some red, I don't know, red pepper, green, yellow bell peppers maybe. Something like that.
That would be a really good idea.
I know.
And I probably would have done some of those ideas.
Well, because people on here are saying you should eat bacon too.
Except that,
we just didn't make the bacon.
well, I got out of work late, and then I had to go pick up my car.
Here, we can fix it. What do we do? We'll just put this right on top of the pizza like this, and then put it in the oven.
No.
That's not how that works. Like, I just can't. Oh, I was thinking on the crust.
Well,
Look at you being bougie.
so I'm just going to pop this in the oven real quick.
And what are you putting in the oven at?
400. So that'll probably take about 10 minutes.
The other one. Can you put that on the top of it?
We could, except I don't have it on.
Oh, we can, yeah, that one preheat, so that way we can scarf that one down there.
I should have done that. Oh, I have a pan in there.
Ah, well, just turn it off. Or whatever. My bad.
I mean, it won't hurt it because it's a cast iron. But yeah, so you can put any old thing in there that you would like. Now, my daughter Paris, she had an idea today. We used to make a barbecue chicken potato pizza. Well, that was one of my husband's favorite things that my daughter Paris makes.
Why are you saying was? Like I'm dead.
Well,
miss a memo?
I guess that didn't sound right, did it? But anyhow, we haven't had it in a long time because it has mashed potatoes on it. So I was talking to Paris today, and she said, well, why can't you make that pizza, but make cauliflower, mashed cauliflower? And that's probably why I haven't tried it, because my husband's over there gagging. Okay, quit. Anyway, I think mashed cauliflower is pretty good as long as you squeeze out the water real good, and make sure it's kind of dry when you add your butter and cream.
So on that video, your recommendation would be to grab your pizza and wring it out and squeeze it like a towel to get the water out?
I'm talking about the cauliflower, dear.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So anyway, so she said, why couldn't you try that? So I'm thinking about maybe trying that recipe and seeing how it turns out, because the real version is very delicious. And one problem that we always seem to do with that pizza was overloading it.
Yeah. Well, because the potatoes are the best part. Because what Paris would do is she had these really good, like ranch potatoes that she made.
Mm-hmm.
So I say made because that is a past tense thing, because she made it good a couple times, but then never wrote down the recipe, and is really, I don't think, ever got back to that level of perfection again because she didn't write it down. So this is where you guys here need to write it down, because Tammy sometimes forgets to put the comments what the actual recipe is. So do you want to share everybody what the recipe is again so they can write it down?
So this crust is 2.5 cups of almond flour, 3 cups of mozzarella, a 1/4 cup of cream cheese, and 2 eggs. And that's for the big pizza. If you're making a smaller pizza, I just cut that in half. So I done 1 1/4 cups of almond flour, 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, 1 ounce of cream cheese, and 1 egg. And that was the smaller pizza.
And if they forget that, since we're on Twitch right now, where can they go to get that recipe later on?
You can go to my YouTube channel, Channel TL71. We will be posting the replay, and I will post the actual ingredients on there, hopefully.
The actual ingredients? So you're using non-actual ingredients right now?
Well, are you going to just pick on me all day today?
I am. That's my goal. You did not come prepared with the script to keep the audience entertained.
Well, I haven't finished my stories yet about my trip.
Oh, well, tell me a story about your trip.
So, when we got there, well, I don't know, I probably shouldn't tell you guys that story.
Oh, no, you need to tell them about the hotel with the cockroaches. What was the name of the hotel again?
It was Extended Stay America. I got that hotel.
Cockroaches come in and they never leave.
I wanted to get that hotel because it had a kitchenette in it, and I was planning on making something to take to the party. So I wanted to have, space to make it. Well, when we went to go check in, I had trouble at the front desk. They said that I hadn't paid, even though I had already paid.
Did you turn the stove on? I don't see a timer on.
What?
I don't see a timer on the stove.
I didn't put a timer.
Oh.
It just has to be in there till it melts. 10 minutes.
Okay. Sorry. Back to your story about the cockroaches.
I'm horrible about putting timers. I always forget. So anyway, so I go in there and the guy says, you need to pay. And I'm like, no, I paid. I did this on Priceline, and I've already paid for this hotel. And he's like, well, no, you didn't pay. He goes, well, can I see your credit card? Your credit card statement, and see that it was charged? And I was like, no.
Your credit card statement for something that was like a week ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I was like, no. I said, I put it on a credit card. I don't have that with me. Anyway, I said, well, let me call Priceline. So while I was on the phone with Priceline, he called someone else and found out that I guess he was doing it wrong in the system, and there was some other way to do it. So anyway, that finally worked out. Even though I had to pay a $50 deposit that you get back at the end of your stay, just to make sure you don't tear up anything. So that's very amusing after I went to the hotel room. So I'm thinking, so I had to give them $50 because they're afraid I'm going to tear up their hotel.
Well, that is pretty standard, though. A lot of hotels have a $50 deposit that you get back.
Yeah, but normally the hotel is not in this bad a shape.
No, I understand. But on the front end, that's not a big deal. That's pretty standard practice.
Yeah, I think the hotel that I went to after, it was a $100 deposit. But anyway, so I went to the hotel. Yes, I am cooking a keto pizza. Mr. Passionate 88.
I think you should break everything down real quick to Mr. Passionate to catch him up to where you're at right now in your cook. And then you get back to your story. I'll do it real quick. Mr. Passionate. Hi, I'm behind the screen. She has got her keto pizza in the oven right now. It's about cooked. So it should be out here probably about 4 or 5 minutes, and she will go everything again. It is a delicious keto pizza. She's making it with, what are your core ingredients again?
On the crust or just
Just
the
crust.
topping?
The crust.
Oh, the crust is just almond flour, mozzarella cheese, and a little cream cheese,
And then
and
just
an egg.
mix it all together with your hands or however you want, flatten it out, and then you go on to pizza goodness. But what we're doing right now is listening to the story about how she went to Atlanta and she stayed in the or was about to stay in the Roach Motel. Okay, so you did the thing and the $50 deposit. So they got you. You're going to the room. What now?
So as soon as we walk in, so it's kind of like an apartment building. So when you walk in and you're in this hallway, it was just filthy dirty. There was dirt and leaves and just stuff everywhere. There's this fan in the wall, and it was the cover was ripped off. It just looked horrible. And I thought, okay, well, I'm sure the room isn't too bad. So we go up there to the room, and there's like...
Oh, dude, you got pictures on your phone still, don't you?
What?
Yeah, so you have pictures of it on your phone, don't you? You want to show people the pictures?
No.
You know what? If you watch it on YouTube, if you catch up on this, you watch the... I'm going to post it up on YouTube. I'll go ahead and I'll throw in some pictures while she's telling the story of what she's talking about. So make sure you head over to YouTube, like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube so that we can get all that content as well. In addition to, I can't know if you hear a playlist, keep it kind of low because we don't want to get hit with any kind of copyright. But if you head over to TL71, you can also go over there. There's a playlist that has this 1981 trivia quiz. It's pretty cool.
Trivia, yes.
Okay, now back up to you.
Okay, so we go into the room, and it doesn't look real clean, but it didn't look horrible, you know, first glance. First thing I did was go look in the kitchen because, you know, that was the main reason I got this hotel, because I wanted one with a kitchenette so I could cook. Well, I go in there, and there's no utensils, no anything in this hotel. And I've stayed in them before with the little kitchenette. Normally they have, you know, some kind of utensils or pots and pans, usually not too much, but they have something. They had zero, but they did have a sign that said that if we wanted to get some of those items, that we could get them from downstairs. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Which, in a vacuum, post-COVID, that does make sense, right? Because you want to have stuff that can be cleaned, and you don't want to have cleaners have to come in and clean however many rooms with the pots and pans that have that. So being able to go down to the front desk and say, hey, can I get my little kit of pots and pans? On the surface, I don't think that's that bad of an idea.
No, and you know, that wasn't the big deal. I just wasn't... What made me start streaming? I don't know. My husband has been playing Dead by Daylight, and he's been doing a little bit of streaming, and I was looking around Twitch and I saw some people doing cooking, and I have done some cooking videos on my YouTube channel, and I thought, well, I'm going to try that and see how it goes. And I kind of really enjoy it because, you know, there's no editing. You know, you're just doing it live. You mess up, you know, just move on. And, you know, it just makes it a lot easier than when I was doing the YouTube channel and, you know, we would edit things.
And there's still a little bit of edit on the YouTube stuff, but it's not like planned edit, doing something and then coming back. And so this was really just, this was birthed out, I don't want to say birthed out of laziness, but it was birthed out of a... why not? I think we were just driving in front of a Sam's Club, like less than a mile from our house, 2 miles from our house one day. We're just like, screw it, why not? And
I don't know.
And then we just bought some stuff and just threw some stuff on there. So
yeah, we just thought it would be fun. I mean, I enjoy cooking, and I just thought I'd give it a try. So
now, one thing that we're not good at is we haven't jumped on the whole overlays and multiple cameras and really stressing make sure you set your notifications on our Twitch feed for future episodes and all that kind of good stuff. Just kind of just having fun.
Yeah, we're just having a good time, just, you know, kind of starting to do it. I kind of want we did start with trying to have a program, a standard program, and you know, a few things went wrong. So,
well, not so much a few things went wrong. It was just
I'm gonna check my pizza.
I wasn't good about getting things set up, so I kind of threw stuff out of whack. So we're trying to get back on.
Well, and then I went on vacation. There's a lot
no,
of.
because you went on vacation, but the plan was to do a video while you were on vacation.
Well, I didn't know that the hotel that I was going to go to was going to be so disgusting.
I mean, it had a star on Yelp.
Well, anyway, it was pretty much a big mess. The stove was kind of dirty. The refrigerator was dirty. And normally, even when it's when I go to a hotel, my first thing, and I know you guys are going to think this is gross, but the first thing I do is check the bed for bed bugs. So I did that in this room, which I was surprised that they didn't have any. I didn't notice any, at least, but there was so much dirt and crumbs and hair and stuff underneath the mattress. It was so disgusting. It was just bad. I'm gonna see if I can pull this pizza out. Give me just a minute.
So Tammy works for the DOC. And I recently left the DOC and I'm looking for my next great adventure. Is it going to be as a Twitch streamer for Dead by Daylight? Who knows? I have 75 whole followers.
So here's my pizza. Looks pretty good.
Department
Now-
of Corrections. Oh, someone asked what DOC is.
Oh, so the only thing that I'm concerned about is the pizza pan that I used had holes in the bottom, and since this is not like a normal traditional pizza crust, I'm afraid it might stick, even though I did put a little oil on the pan. So I'm hoping that it will cut well.
So here's a question I should have asked, just because I like to ask dumbass questions.
I'm gonna stick this in the oven real quick.
That's right, stick it in. Get it in there. So you said the pan you used has holes in the bottom. Because since that's cheese based, is your crust potentially gonna melt through those little holes?
It shouldn't, because it's mixed with the almond flour, but because it's not, you know how when you make a normal pizza dough and you kind of roll it out and put it with sometimes cornmeal, you know, something on the bottom. Mm-hmm. So it's stiffer. So this one,
it's nice and stiff. Is that how you like it? Your pizza, nice and stiff?
Anyway, so when I flipped this off of the parchment paper onto this sheet, I kind of pushed it out because it wasn't even, because I'm horrible about making a circle. So I kind of pushed it out, and when I felt the bottom, a little bit of it had gone through the hole, so I just wiped it off. So hopefully it's not stuck.
So all in all, just to make the dough itself, roughly how many ingredients did you have? About 3?
Yes.
So it's only 3 ingredients to make your pizza crust.
Well, 4.
4 ingredients to make your pizza crust, which I guess that's not too far off of what a regular pizza crust is it?
I don't know if I probably should have waited for this to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, I'd let it cool off, because you know what, the cheese is going to take a little extra. You want a spatula?
Well, I was just trying to see if I can get it off.
Here's a spatula for you. You want to use it?
No, thank you.
On a plate?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels a little wimpy down here. It's probably because it's still so hot. But I thought that I would. I want to go ahead
The
and.
question is, are you using almond flour?
Yes.
So this is basically
It
really...
did stick.
Oh yeah, this is pretty much heavily based on mozzarella cheese. So she does have another recipe. Oh my gosh,
It did stick.
It did exactly what I said it was going to do, didn't it?
What I said it was going to do, it did.
Dun dun dun.
The other one won't stick.
Sure.
It's the kind of pan I used. If it didn't have the holes, I don't think it would have stuck. Tastes good.
So Mr. Passionate's asking, is there any way to have a rising crust on a keto pizza? I don't know if you can do it on this particular one, but keto pizza maybe.
You can use some yeast, not this recipe. I haven't tried it yet, but I have seen a few recipes that use yeast, so then that would, rise. I've done this one, not this exact recipe, but something real similar, and it usually comes out good every time. But like I said, because I pressed this into this pan, and it's, I don't know if you can see.
So there's a song playing right now, Tammy.
It has holes, a bunch of holes in the bottom, to cook your pizza crust better. And because I pressed on it, I think that's what messed this up.
Altered Images is playing a song right now. Does it have any relevance for today?
Why?
The song is called Happy Birthday.
Oh! It is Lucy's birthday today. Happy birthday, Lucy! I already wished her a happy birthday on Facebook.
Mr. Passionate was wondering if you can just kind of really quickly go over what the recipe, just what the ingredients were again, while you're stuffing your face.
Sorry. So the pizza crust is, let me get the measurements for you. 2.5 cups of almond flour, 3 cups of mozzarella cheese, a 1/4 cup of cream cheese, which is 2 ounces, and 2 eggs. And you just took the cheese, melted it for a little bit, put the flour in, stirred it up, put the eggs in, stirred it up, rolled it out between parchment paper, and then just put it on your pizza pan.
And remember, the cool thing is you don't have to write that down, because tomorrow you can jump up on your YouTube page, which is called
Channel TL71.
and rewatch the video.
So, and then, well, for my pizza, I put a red sauce with mozzarella and pepperoni. But you can put anything on your pizza that you like. Olive oil, garlic sauce, whatever you like.
Marilyn, I'll tell you what. She will teach you how to make a cauliflower pizza whenever you guys come to Oklahoma to visit.
So I'm going to take another bite of this. Probably.
So it is a little wimpy, but that's just
Well,
because
it's
of the way
wimpy
the crust.
because I messed it up. So I don't know. We might have to do this one again because I want to make sure that it was my mistake and not the pizza dough.
Well, cooking is all about trial and error, right? And you said the thing you liked about Twitch was you
Can't fix it.
And the cool thing about keto stuff, though, is sometimes it doesn't matter how it looks, it's how it tastes. So, how does it taste? You get right up in your face.
Please don't get in my face. It tastes pretty good. It probably would taste better if I had the whole crust where it was kind of brown on the bottom. Instead, I just got the top half.
So it's like a pizza, or you can make it into like a pizza roll. And just literally just roll it up like a log.
You could do that since it's so wimpy because you can't pick it up and eat it like you would a normal piece of pizza.
So on a scale of 10 of keto pizzas that you've made from home, what would you say this is?
Gosh, it's been a while since I made a keto pizza.
I mean, you could just lie and say it's 10 because it's the one you remember.
It's not a 10. I guess I shouldn't say that. It's not bad. I mean, it tastes pretty good, but I would not say 10. Maybe, if I didn't mess it up, maybe a 7. Maybe an 8. I don't know.
I think 8's not bad for a keto pizza because you don't get that traditional crust and stuff.
Well, I would have to, like I said, I'd have to try it again and not mess it up and see what it tastes like to really give a good score. But
So
as,
I tried to get her to do keto empanadas, Marilyn, and she said no. What I pitched to her is I wanted to do a keto empanada that had like a pulled pork, like a barbecue pulled pork topping. And she just flat out said that would be the grossest thing in the history of all things. And it wouldn't work, and I will never do that, and you will never have that delicious flavor in your mouth.
I really don't think that was my answer.
That's exactly verbatim what your answer was.
That is not true.
Yeah, 1000%. Prove me wrong. Yeah, can't do it.
But we could do some kind of empanada. You know, it's Cinco de Mayo this weekend,
What's Cinco de Mayo?
the 5th of May. It's when they won the Battle of Pueblo. Anyway,
So you can do a video for Cinco de Mayo?
I don't know. I was thinking that we should do some kind of Mexican food. Would probably be fun.
Regular Mexican, American Mexican, or authentic Mexican from one of those books that we have that were written by somebody in London who's never had Mexican.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny. Well, I
Will
don't
it
know.
be
Well, I
keto,
mean,
or will
well,
it be
that's
a-
what I was saying. Should we do a keto recipe?
I think you should do a recipe that you do it regular and you do the same thing keto so that you have a comparison.
Yeah, you just don't want the keto recipe.
Well, it depends on what it is. Unless it's like carnitas or something, because I love carnitas. I could eat carnitas every day of the week and never complain about it. I love me carnitas.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Turned out all right. Messed up the crust a little bit, but we'll probably try another pizza crust another day. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And please, if you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow us on our Twitch channel.
Yep. And it's nice to have some new blood in here. So good to meet you there, Mr. Passionate. And hopefully you'll see you on Saturday for our next video. And maybe if you do follow YouTube, because I was playing around with the YouTube live settings, you might just do some things that are YouTube exclusive live feeds.
Well, what I like about YouTube is that when we do it where you can edit a little, I can do recipes that, you know, would normally take hours, and then, you know, I just do a part and say, okay, let's pause here and then come back. So like the magic of television. So I kind of like to do that. But anyhow, I hope you guys love this video. Please like, subscribe, follow. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.